The Louie Bellina Show. Lunchtime, thanks to Rudy's Barbecue, which if you listen, sometime between now and 1 o'clock, we'll open up the ticket booth, thanks to Dixie Tire Company, and someone's going to win a $50 gift card to Rudy's Barbecue. Listen in to win Dixie Tire Company, family-owned. Dixie Tire Company, your authorized Mastercraft and Cooper tire dealer. Dixie Tire Company. They carry a wide selection of, certain brands, special brands, probably the brand you want of custom wheels. Also, you got time to text me or Bryce Jones, who joins me inside the Charles Schwab studio. You can text 979-693-1150. Is it Aggie baseball? Is that your thing this weekend? Is it Buckyball beat the hell out of TU, finish the season sweep? Let's get to the NCAA tournament. Buckyball living on the bubble. They're the third team on the last four in, so they're bubbly right now. Is it Aggie softball? They got 2 weekends in which I think they're not going to lose a game. It's time to get healthy. It's time to get ready for SEC play. Is it the NFL Combine? Oh, no, my arms, my arms. What is your obsession right now? 979-693-1150. You can light up the Texas Mobile and Lube Express inbox. Bryce, what is your obsession right now?
I wouldn't call any of it an obsession, but yes, Aggie baseball and Aggie basketball will be watched this weekend. So
games will be seen.
Games will be seen if I can figure out whatever stupid streaming service is trying to. I mean, I know what stupid service is. The same one from last year.
It's Flow Rider.
And the stream is so bad. It's so terrible. But at least it's that, and I'll kind of sync it up with whoever's the call on the radio, and kind of have it go. If it's close enough, if there's like a delay and too big of a gap, then it won't happen. But I'll listen to some Aggie baseball, watch some Aggie baseball, and then of course watch some Aggie basketball.
So I know for me, my stream will be called Zone 1150 AM and 93.7 FM.
Yeah.
I'll be listening to Aggie baseball a lot this weekend, and RadioAgland.com. Yes. The Zone app.
Honestly,
tell Alexa play Zone 1150.
I signed up for this Flow Sports last year, and I ended up cutting it off and listening. It's more enjoyable listening on the radio than it is watching it through that streaming service. Yeah. So,
and this isn't a joke.
It's not a joke. No, it's not me. It's 100%.
You're not cutting a promo.
Yeah, Flow Sports it's terrible. But I don't get why it can't just be ESPN and SEC Network.
Because there's Flow Sports buys tournaments all across the country. They do tons of softball. They own tons of softball across the country.
They have all this money.
They do these elite base. They pay for it.
I know. That's what I'm saying. They've got all this money, then you'd have a better stream.
Because if they paid money for the production value, they wouldn't make a nickel.
They would. They would, because a lot of people are getting to the point where they're going to listen to it on the radio and not watch it. Because it was that bad last year. And I think Aggie softball was on Flow Sports, last weekend? And there were a lot of people
2 weekends ago, maybe?
And there were a lot of people complaining it hadn't gotten any better. So
you're right. I think it was last weekend.
They're losing money by not having a better stream because people just listen to it on the radio if it's
Profit
available.
margin, man. Profit margins.
But yes, what's funny is we're so spoiled now that every game is on ESPN Plus or whatever it's called now, ESPN Select, whatever it's called. But I mean, because used to you'd get to watch a series here or there on TV, and not even that long ago. You would get to watch a couple series, weekend series, if they happen to be on ESPN2 or something like that. And now you get every single game, every midweek game against the crappiest team you've ever heard of. And you get to watch A&M beat somebody 25 to whatever it was.
5.
Yeah,
whatever
it was. I cut it off at 18 to
You missed 7 runs. Think about your statement. Yeah. I cut it off at 18. That means you missed 7 more runs.
I watched my guy Blake Bender hit a tank, and then it was over with. So. Him and my son grew up playing baseball together, so big fan of Blake. So seeing him hit a moonshot basically, I was like, okay, that's it.
You're good.
I'm good. On to the next thing.
You have it covered. When the SEC cut the deal with ESPN to have every university be on Plus, so that the university was in charge for their own putting the games up, right?
Yeah.
A&M was the front runner because they had 12-man productions. Yeah. A&M had already advanced facilities to be ready to broadcast their own games. Mm-hmm. So we as Aggies have been more spoiled. You talk about being spoiled. Every SEC school now has their games on. We've been spoiled from the start and more spoiled than even all SEC schools are spoiled. Because 12-man productions, A&M,
they had a stream
was so far ahead of the curve.
Yeah, and they had a stream before it was on ESPN. You go to, I think it was you go to 12man.com or whatever it was at that point and click on the stream, and you could watch their production. And obviously it's gotten much, much better over the years, and technology's advanced. But yeah, we're pretty spoiled being able to watch that many Aggie baseball games. So I guess one weekend, I'll survive.
Yep. Again, yes. We were spoiled before we all got spoiled. Hey, I wanted to start a little something food with you because I saw this and not sure which direction to go, and you know more than just barbecue. But Johnsonville, the sausage brought people.
Yeah.
They have a new collaboration with Dr. Pepper. And what they're going to do is take Johnsonville's signature sausage and Dr. Pepper's 23 flavors, and they're going to make a new sausage.
Yeah, terrible. That's that. No.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
There's going to be two varieties: Dr. Pepper inspired sausage and Dr. Pepper inspired smoked sausage. You're going to be able to purchase them at Walmart, Kroger, 7-Eleven, and then starting March 1st, there'll be more, but those are your main locations. So Sunday, this is going to debut at select locations. You can also check out johnsonville.com.
No, thank you.
But don't people cook with Dr. Pepper?
I have seen people cook with Dr. Pepper before. I'm not a fan of it. I tend to stay away from, I just don't.
Artificial sweet, that heavy?
It's just sweet and sugar that you can get elsewhere, that would be a lot better. So I stay away from it. Just give me some, good old deer sausage that, it was even, there was at the barbecue festival thing one year, there was like a
Troubadour.
There was like a peach cobbler sausage. I'm like, no, I don't. Like you're trying to mix sweet and savory, and you're not doing a good job of it. And it's just a gimmick type deal. It's doing something different just to say you did something different and try to get people's attention. So, me, I keep it pretty simple.
Well, okay, it's weird. You got that hesitation from me, right? Because I love food.
Yeah,
all food, sausage, Creole, Cajun, and simple, I think people don't get sometimes, is always the greatest. I don't mind trying outside of the simple box, but simple, if you like beef, give me beef flavor. If you like pork, I don't need pork plus 10 additions, because then the pork always gets disguised, and the point is the pork.
Yeah.
You don't create something greater than the pork. Everything's supposed to enhance, and like everyone, I think people that hang out on the Louie Bellina show generally know I love beer, right? Well,
yeah.
German beer. And German beer has always been about this authenticity and the purity and taking that flavor, whether it's a Marzen or a lager, and making the greatest Marzen lager, not lager plus 8 things.
I get experiment. Like you said, I get trying different things. I've done a ton of different times with different barbecue stuff, and I'm starting to get more into. I have started making I've been experimenting with some sides and making some different things. Used to, my go-to side was I make some pretty dang good beans and pretty good pintos, but I've been trying to expand. I've been making my own mac and cheese here lately, and I've been making a hash brown casserole type deal that I'm a big fan of. I had it at Brotherton's Barbecue in Pflugerville, one of the top 50 joints. I had it there. I was like, this is amazing. I've got to try to make this. And so I'm working on it. So I get experimenting, playing with different things, but sometimes it's like when you go with another name brand just to do it, you're just doing it for the headlines and the attention. I would be shocked if it was any kind of good.
When all you do, or everyone or everything, is 8 to 10 things thrown in together, as opposed to that being the exception and the experimentation, and it becomes the norm. And that's what I also feel like too, is that it's too normal. Like everyone's doing it.
Yeah.
Where I say simple, I don't mean just one, but where's 3 to 4 things put together perfectly?
Yeah. I'm going to pass on soda being inside of sausage. So.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, the Dr. Pepper, if I remember right, it's like Dr. Pepper glazed ribs was the most common form. I've seen all kinds of soda
Dr. Pepper
ribs.
Barbecue sauce. A lot of people would put,
there you go.
Dr.
That's the glaze.
You'll see a Dr. Pepper, Coke, any kind of that type of deal. Big Red. I've seen a lot of people do that with making barbecue sauces. I've experimented with it and just didn't like it. I'd stick to the more ketchup, brown.
Just make barbecue sauce.
Yeah, ketchup, vinegar, those type of things, and some spices and going with it instead of pouring Dr. Pepper in it. So, but to each their own if they like it. But yeah, a lot of restaurants sell Dr. Pepper barbecue sauce,
which doesn't taste like Dr. Pepper if you've ever tried them.
No, not really.
They just have a sweet, and they go, "Well, Dr. Pepper's sweet. This is sweet. We'll call it Dr. Pepper."
They put some Dr. Pepper in there, and everybody recognizes that name, and that's the draw to it. So yeah.
So just say no to Dr. Pepper glazed ribs.
Yeah, just make good old sausage. You don't have to inject it with Dr. Pepper for it to be.
Where's the best sausage you ever had?
In my freezer.
Barbecue Travels.
Barbecue Travels. What's the city meat market there? Has what town is that? it's near Austin. City Meat Market has great sausage, but for me, just give me the sausage I got in my deep freeze.
That's just wrong.
No, it's not wrong.
That's just wrong.
It's just good.
979-693-1150. 979-693-1150. NCAA football panel yesterday proposed changes to the targeting ejection. And basically the targeting change is very basic. If you get tossed, you will only miss the game you got tossed in. So no more second half ejection means the first half of the next game. If you get tossed in the first half, you miss the entire rest of the game.
Yeah, that's a start. It needs to not be an ejection. We know that. It needs to be what the NFL does. And, if you first time penalty, second time, you can be ejected. And so, that's a start. The whole, you got a targeting penalty with 1 minute into the second half, and now you got to miss the whole first half of the next game was always stupid. That's a step in the right direction. We still don't know what targeting is, though, so.
We never will. Okay, wait. You're setting me off on a whole different path here.
Since the Florida player was ejected for hitting an A&M player in the butt with his helmet, and that was called targeting, we don't know it. We'll never know what targeting is.
We didn't know before that. We don't know after that.
But that one, if anybody ever wants to prove anything, just show that clip, and this was targeting. And
I will say this: I have mercy upon the officials' souls. I rip officiating constantly, right? But when it comes to targeting, when you can look up the definition, watch tape, they'll give you the video. Here's what targeting is, and watch it. And at the end, you still don't know.
Yeah.
How can the officials
I just wouldn't
enforce that?
Just don't call it. Just don't call it.
No, I agree with the base concept.
Well,
but there is no definition.
So here's my thing: is don't call it. They will. If it's egregious, okay, get it. There's some hits where the launch and the helmet and everything is right there. You can see it clear as day. But if just because it's a hard hit, you see a lot of times, if there's just a hard hit, they throw the flag.
Which then review can fix.
That's what I'm saying.
That's okay.
Or review can fix it even if they don't throw a flag.
But they don't do that. See, that's the one part. Review is supposed to be able to call one that wasn't called. And all review actually does is take it off the board when it's called improperly. They never call one that wasn't called for the 99%.
They're supposed to be able to, but they don't. They don't.
See, even review does. How do you make review not work when review has
I get
NASA working with them?
I get the safety part of it. I get that you don't want guys tackling like that, but there's got to be some. Again, that's why the ejection should go away. But because it's such a gray area, give them the 15-yard penalty. If they're a repeat offender, they do it again in the game, then toss them.
I would toss them and their position coach.
Yeah,
that would teach everybody.
It's just,
if the position coach is tossed, then the coordinator.
You're never
I'd go after the GAs.
It's a sport where you're running very fast at somebody, and if you're a safety, you're trying to not let the guy catch the ball, and so you're hitting. There's just so many. Somebody's ducking his head at the last second when you're going low, and your helmet's hit, and that's why it should just be a 15-yard penalty. And then, after that, if it happens again, then you're ejected, and let's move on. But the ejection for the first time, and all these that are very, very minimal needs to stop.
The rest of the rule change. So that's the biggie part. But the rest of the way it would work is under this proposal. A player disqualified for targeting a second time during the season would sit out the first half of the next game. So your second one would bring back the next game.
Repeat offender type deal.
A third targeting ejection in the same season would cause the offending player to sit out the entire next game.
Yeah.
Which, you know what, if you get to the third, if you wanted to toss him for a third,
you're not that unlucky to have 3 called against you, right? You're doing something wrong if you've had 3 called against you.
There's another rule proposal called dress code, which I heard about this, and even after reading it, I'm like, huh?
Well, I can explain. A lot of guys are just wearing their pants above the knee pads, right? And so they're like, look, you can't wear shorts to play football, so they have to go down to your, go all the way down.
The rules subcommittee proposed that players wear leg coverings from the top of their shoes to the bottom of their pants. Players would have to wear the same covering style and colors for that particular game. Players, out of compliance with the rule, would have to leave the game for at least one down and correct the issue, a team or receiver warning for the first offense. If a team has a second offense under this proposal, the offending team would get a 5-yard penalty. Any subsequent violations of the rule would result in 15.
Yeah, the NFL's been doing this forever, where you can't, everything's got to be covered. I think it was back
uniform.
What was it? Uniform thing, and so the NFL, the colleges do it, because a lot of guys are going to wearing basically shorts and no pads, and it's a safety thing. Like you want those knee pads and thigh pads, and they want them wearing all the protective gear. And
if you want
safety,
get rid of kickoffs and punts.
Yeah. No, you can't get deep. I like what
Yes,
I like what
that's
the NFL,
safety.
I like what the NFL's done with the kickoff.
Tell
It's
me
better
you're
than getting
kidding.
rid of it completely. Like, who
Really?
are you?
You think what the NFL has for a kickoff is better than having no kickoff?
Yes.
Why?
Because kickoffs are fun. Then you don't get if you didn't have a kickoff, you wouldn't have Devon A-Chain, housing one against Alabama. And
I think the NFL kickoff's an abomination.
yeah, well, it's better than not having one, which is what you're advocating for.
Yes, I am.
Good Lord.
And that would, you know how many
That's
commercial timeouts we'd get rid of?
No, they wouldn't. They'd still take timeouts.
Touchdown,
they're
timeout,
never getting,
kickoff, timeout.
They're never getting rid of the timeouts.
Then the team calls a timeout off the sideline.
You're lying to yourself if they're going to take ad revenue away by not calling timeouts after.
They'd had 30 minutes in the halftime. They just had 30 minutes in the halftime.
They would figure something out to have more ads in the game. So yeah, it's
Forrest,
not going away.
I have to take a timeout, but a quick text message.
Okay.
Forrest in Willikin says City Markets in Luling.
Luling. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I said I can't remember the town, but yeah, appreciate it.
Thank you, Forrest and Willikin.
They have great sausage. So does Truth, though. Truth, my all-time favorite joint, has great sausage.
I love them too.
You
hooked me onto them.
Maybe I'll drive to Brum after this.
You hooked me onto them, and I have no. The people were awesome. The service was phenomenal. Yeah, the food was fantastic.
They have some of the best Brussels sprouts you'll ever eat. And I know you're thinking barbecue joint Brussels sprouts, but they are amazing.
Well, everything that was on my plate was amazing. When we come back, we're going to stick with the NFL because yesterday the team reports from the NFL Players Association came out, and my Pittsburgh Steelers are ranked dead last, and I wasn't. That is everything. How the Steelers organization has died, kind of was that report. That's not what we're going to talk about, though. Dallas Cowboys, Houston Texans, and more. This is the Louie Bellina Show, presented by CC Electric. They have free estimates. They have military and veteran discounts. They are CC Electric. It's the Louie Bellina Show, Friday on The Zone.
Your home for Texas A&M football is Sports Radio 1150 AM and 93.7 FM. The Zone. The Zone.
The Louie Bellina Show, presented by CC Electric. The Louie Bellina Show. Inside, I'm not alone, joined by Bryce Jones, BBQ PitMaster. Inside the Charles Schwab studio. I got a text message, Bryce.
Okay.
It's Tag and Taylor. Lou, he's right. NFL kickoff is better than none. And Luling City Market is the best barbecue in Texas. Knives are prohibited. Seriously. You didn't say Luling City Market's the best barbecue in Texas.
Yeah, I mean, because I don't think it is. But
you said the sausage.
The sausages, yeah.
But you didn't say it's the best barbecue in Texas.
But to each their own. I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna no hate at all. It's a really good barbecue spot for sure.
Yeah.
And no, on my list, it's one of those that if I'm in. A lot of these I don't go back to a lot of times. If I'm in the area, that's probably what I'm getting. So, me, when I'm traveling, I'm looking for one of those spots. And
the NFL kickoff's an abomination, quote unquote.
It's an abomination, but it's better than not having a kickoff. Yeah.
No.
Just move to Canada or something, Lou. If that's don't they not have kickoffs in the CFL or something?
They have kickoffs, don't they?
I don't know.
What am I, Canadian League football league expert
here? That's what
here?
you want. You want to play flag football? It's too dangerous. It's football.
No. The NFL's the one that created that, saying it's too dangerous.
That's fine.
Their concussion studies,
you don't have to
which I respect. Their concussion studies say the kickoffs are too dangerous, but don't create that saying we're making it less.
It's football. Don't be soft.
It's Division I football.
You're being soft.
It's the Big 12.
You're being soft.
No, I want kickoffs, and I want them to kick off from their own goal line. That's what I want. You want kickoffs? I'll give you kickoffs.
Yeah. What's the point of that?
Kicking off from goal, because then it means something.
Yeah.
This version of the kickoff is atrocious.
As long as we can still get
now college level, if you're a real school, your kicker's putting it through the end zone.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We're all lining up for what?
Yeah.
To set up the commercial timeout.
Yeah. Yeah. So just
get rid of the kickoff.
Kick it through the end zone.
No,
because then you'd have to get rid of onside kicks and you completely change it. Yeah. No.
You know what? The whole idea that I have a right to try an onside kick with 30 seconds left, but what did I do for the first 59 minutes and 30 seconds?
You're losing. All right, you're losing me. Let's go to let's not talk about football. Please don't talk about the Cowboys or Texans. I don't care.
I got to. The NFL released their team reports, the NFL Players Association. You're familiar with it, right?
Yeah, I am.
And Miami Dolphins, #1 team according to the players.
They got ping pong tables in there in the room, man. That's why.
I keep telling Ben, who, Big Daddy Downs,
Did you just call somebody Big Daddy?
Big Daddy Downs.
Okay.
Legendary man, area man, Ben, that we've needed a ping pong table inside the Charles Schwab studio. He just walks away. He doesn't really answer yes or no, but
yeah.
I don't think he hears me anymore about that one. And
the Dolphins, hey, the experience is great, but we sure do suck. So something.
The Pittsburgh Steelers dead last, 32 out of 32.
Yeah.
And it's such a sign of the times of everything wrong with them, because the Steelers used to be like a model organization where it was family, the Rooneys.
They got stuck in a rut. They got, look, Mike Tomlin was a great coach, and it is still a good coach, but it kind of lingered, and it just kind of kept being worse and worse and worse. And so, you get stuck, and, you forget what you're doing.
It's like when the wrong part of the family takes over, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, they got an F for team travel. They got an F minus. I didn't know you put minuses on Fs. Really? I thought
I thought F was just an F.
Right. No, they got an F minus for locker room, F minus for home game field.
Shouldn't you just give them a G at that point?
They got an F for treatment of family. That's how many Fs popped up. Here's what's hilarious. Their one A, A was head coach. They love Tomlin.
Yeah.
A minus for special teams coordinator. That's the only two things that are kind of above respectable.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Detroit Lions, I looked at them, Dan Campbell time, right? And here's what I took away from the Detroit Lions report card. They love their coaches.
Yeah.
Dan Campbell, head coach, A. Special teams coordinator, A. Position coaches, A minus. Strength coach, A. Weight room, A. Training room, A minus. Locker room, A. So everything coach, that kind of their community culture, A.
Yeah. That's what you're looking for right there. What were the Cowboys? You can bring those up.
Well,
are you getting to it?
The Dallas Cowboys.
They got to be like a C or a D, probably.
Overall was 22 out of 32.
Okay.
What do you
C? Is that a C?
That's C minus or is that D plus?
I don't know. I said C or D. I don't need
22 out of 32. Here's where they graded well. The weight room got an A minus. The strength coach got an A minus. The offensive coordinator got an A.
That's it. What do they give does the owner get
graded?
The
head coach got an A minus.
The owner get graded or no?
He got a B.
Got a B? Okay, maybe they don't. They don't hate him as much as I thought they might.
He does. The players, because it's the NFLPA, don't hate him 1/100th of how much the fans hate him.
Yeah,
it's a completely different perspective.
Yeah. Well, he's also paying them millions and millions of dollars and not the fans. So I'd probably give the guy paying me $20 million a year a B, at least a B. Hell no, I'd be giving him A plus. You give me $20 million? Yep, A plus.
The areas that they and they didn't have Fs. I checked it. There's not a single F.
Yeah. Look, obviously the amenities and what they've built there and all those things can't be bad. It's just it's just how bad they are at building a roster and drafting people.
Defensive coordinator C.
They don't like
that. Should have been lower.
Didn't he fire? Didn't they find a new? Yeah, they fired him.
But
right?
Come on, C. Really? I guess they liked him, but should have been lower. Team travel was a C, which. With that Jerry money, why would team travel not be A?
There's something the players don't like about it, so I'm sure Jerry will go to him and be like, "What can I fix? What can I throw money at?"
I'm gonna let you give me the answer to this one. Home game field was a C
because the light shining. You can't one direction if you're playing at the wrong time of the day. You can't see. Yeah, you love wonder. Of course you do. Yeah, I mean, you get blinded by the sun and can't catch a football if you're going, towards one end zone with the giant window that they refuse to put a curtain on.
I think I mentioned this, but one of the most inexcusable things for me for an NFL pro team is your training room, and they got a D.
Yeah.
Did I mention that?
No.
Yeah, D. Yeah. It's inexcusable if you're going to be an NFL pro team. If your training room's not an A to A plus, just burn it down, man. How can you ever have a training room that doesn't get an A grade?
Yeah, I mean, maybe their trainers suck, I guess. I don't know. Hire some new trainers. Because I'm sure the facility is as nice as can be. It's got to have something to do with the people that are running it and the trainers that are taping you up. And maybe they're just not as personable as you would like them to be.
Nutritionist, dietitian, B plus. Food dining area, B. Treatment of family, B.
Yeah.
Position coaches got B. We already mentioned special team coordinator, B plus. I mean, general manager, B. Team ownership, B. So 22 out of 32. Just a couple of categories that are just mutt fest.
Yeah, fix them.
Houston Texans, 7. Top 10.
Yeah.
7. Their A's are food dining area, A. Nutrition dietitian, A. Training room, A. If you don't have an A training room burn it down, start it over. Training staff, A. Weight room, A. Strength coaches, A. Position coaches, no. Offensive coordinator, A-. Defense coordinator, A. Special teams coordinator, A. Head coach, A-. General manager, A-. Team ownership, A.
Well, there you go.
Quarterback. I wish there's a category, but they're not having players great. The only thing that stopped them from going to the Super Bowl is quarterback.
Or quarterback coach. I mean,
only thing that stopped them.
Is there a grade quarterback coach there? Gerard?
He got fired.
I know he did, but I didn't know if there was a grade on there for QB
Well,
coach.
that would be position coach.
Yeah.
There's not one specifically.
Okay, so it's
for those that didn't hear, they parted ways this week.
Yeah,
parted ways. Because there's no way there,
We'll see.
someone was going to take any blame for his development.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we'll see this year if CJ gets better or if he stays the same. Then we'll know. We'll have the answer, won't we?
They couldn't fire the OC because they already did that.
Yeah.
I mean, CJ Stroud has now had the OC fired, the quarterback's coach fired. Everyone else is taking the blame but him.
Yep. And again, I think if another year, there won't be anybody left to blame next year.
I'm sure they'll follow D'Amico. No, D'Amico will be out next.
Nah, not if they make the playoffs again.
Their lowest grade for the Houston Texans, by the way, was a home game field at a C+, which isn't like
I don't know.
nasty, awful, but C+.
Yeah, I guess they don't like the stadium. I don't know.
Yeah. Does every player hate their home field?
Maybe.
Because, the lowest grade let's see, even the Lions, B-, that's not awful. Because C+ Texans, C Cowboys, Pittsburgh, home game field, F-. Again, I didn't know F's got minus. I saved this one. This is for entertainment purposes only. The Cleveland Browns, who I thought were going to be dead last. No,
Yeah.
They're actually 30, so they're the third worst. And
who's the worst?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. That's right. We talked about that.
Dead
Yeah,
last.
my fault.
I mean,
yeah, they're in the same division, right?
Skankadelic.
Maybe it's something with that northeast.
It's all the winter.
It's too cold. Winter is coming.
Can't winterproof these stadiums.
No.
And the Cleveland Browns home game field got a B-.
Poor. Speaking of the Browns, poor Myles Garrett. He was on something and they're asking what's next now that he's won MVP. He goes, "I'll win a Super Bowl," and you just couldn't help but laugh. Like, bro, you're on the Browns. You got to get
Cricket
traded.
chirp.
Yeah, you got to get traded for that one to happen.
Cricket chirp. We listed all the F's for Pittsburgh, and Cleveland only had one F, and it was locker room. They got some D's. I mean, there's a reason why you're 30, but
yeah.
Pittsburgh had like 7.
So who was
31st?
Fs? Who were the worst three?
I didn't look for
Browns?
31. I was too depressed at that point.
No, that's your team. The Steelers are
Look,
the worst.
I'm wallowing in Cleveland territory as a Steelers fan. You think I need to
That's why you
keep
brought
going?
up the Browns to make yourself feel better about how bad your Steelers are.
But it didn't.
Yeah.
When that's your zip code, when that's the peeps you're hanging with, you don't feel better.
Don't feel bad.
I'm not one of those people that feels better by dragging others down with me.
Yeah.
Just because, you suck too, that means I suck too. Okay?
Yeah. You're pointing the finger at yourself there.
So, you ever going to return to the Cowboys?
No.
I didn't think
Yeah.
so.
Not as long as Jerry Jones is still running it.
He's a B owner. Why don't you? What's your problem that the players don't have?
Come on, the problems.
They don't pay you $10 million a year. That's the problem.
Yeah, they don't pay me $20
If he
million.
paid you $10 million a year, you'd
He'd
probably
get
like him more too, wouldn't you?
A++.
When we return, got to go maroon and white. Take a look at the weekend that was, and start taking your text messages because. Can you two guys just get along? Sounding like Saturday night at my house.
We're getting along. I just told we're good.
We're just having a little bit of fun. It is the Louie Bellina Show, presented by CC Electric. It's the Louie Bellina Show, Friday on the Zone.
Texas A&M's home for champions with March Madness, the Super Bowl, and the College World Series. The Zone. 11:50 a.m. and 93.7 FM.
It's the barbecue cook-off this weekend out there.
Ooh.
Yeah, started last Thursday. Today, tomorrow's turn-ins, yeah.
That's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, there's 260 teams, a world championship. Yeah, it's a massive deal that, you'd be surprised how much it costs to set up a thing out there. I think the last team I know that did it spent about $35,000. Just being, it's a racket, man. You can't, you have to purchase alcohol from the rodeo. You can't bring your own beer in. You have to buy it from them, and you can imagine how much they're charging for
markup.
Well, and you have to host all these sponsors, and it's a whole deal, man. It really is. It's a cool experience though to go out, walk around, and especially if you can get a wristband at one of the booths, and because a lot of them are private. You can't even go into a lot of the 10 areas without a wristband. So make sure you know somebody before you go out there.
Don't just walk up.
You can. I mean, there's plenty of ones that are open to the public, but the ones that are spending, I swear some of those will spend $100,000+ on 4 days out there. Easy.
Sorry.
Yeah. All of it's sponsored. I mean, you get. I mean, obviously, if you got money, you can do it. But you get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of sponsors to be able to do that.
979-693-1150. Caller number 11. Hooking you up. Wait, caller 5. Why did I say 11? Caller 5. We're going to get you registered for a chance. You'll be a finalist.
You used to do caller number 11 on everything.
Yeah.
Isn't that long? I was thinking about the other day about how long, because my daughter had asked me something about, you got radio today? And I was like, man, I've been doing this show for like 15 years now.
Probably. It's
been about that.
It's not 2 decades.
Now,
close. But a decade and a half is about right.
It's close, yeah. It's easy 15 years. So,
yeah.
Yeah. Well, because I just, she's, going to be 16%. I remember having to bring her up here and put her little headphones on with it.
There you go.
Because I had her for the week. So, yeah. So, it's been at least 15.
Yeah, decade and a half sounds right.
Yeah.
I've had people like Joe Sheehan is 20+, Mitch Light's 20+, Braden Gall's 19 or 21, and there's some good people that have hung out for a while.
Yeah.
We have fun.
Yeah, we have fun.
We talk.
We don't always argue and bicker, just sometimes.
Yeah, we do. It's okay. So this weekend coming up, kind of quick scattering thoughts. Got to beat the HUD at TU. It's simple. This isn't really complicated.
Yeah.
A&M's bubbly entering the weekend. They're on the third team on the last 4 in. You lose to Texas, you're going to be slipping back to the last 4 in.
Yeah, and then you got LSU. And
last 4 buys. I think I said that wrong.
Yeah,
they're
last 4 buys. They're not the last 4 in, but they would have
buys.
They're starting to move themselves towards the play-in games. Or,
I don't want Billy Lucci to have a heart attack if I misstate the line.
Yeah, so it's I mean, look, they didn't play all that well. Look, somehow, some way, Ruben Dominguez has got to get going. They got to start making threes. They can't win many games not making threes.
Well, you say that. Okay, Ruben Dominguez isn't going, but
Zach Clements is
the replacement for him.
So,
and they still can't win.
Clements needs to be starting now at this point. Like, I know, don't change what's. It's kind of working. It's not really been working lately. So for me, that's the change I make. Clements comes in, he's starting, and
for Ruben,
yeah, because he's getting 24 minutes and he's scoring 25 points.
And fouled out.
Let's give him
and fouled out.
That's fine. Yeah, I get it. Him and Rylan Griffin are going to foul out most games. those two for whatever reason foul the hell out of people. Okay, I'm fine with it. You can foul out all you want. You can get 25 points. There's guys that foul out with 2 points, foul out with 25 points. I'm good with it.
Oh, no. That's the thing about Zach Clements.
Yeah.
It says, you look up at the score sheet, it's 20 points, and you look down and go 16 minutes. And
I know he needs more minutes. I get the foul thing. Look,
he can't.
Yes, he can.
He is fouling out. No,
if he doesn't,
if you start him or bench him off the bench, he has X number of minutes due to fouls.
Maybe.
So you can pick and choose the minutes he plays.
Because, I mean, somebody would need to pull this up for me. This is the first time I can remember him fouling out. So I think it's just a one. I get that, but you got to give it. You sit him down. If he gets too quick, you sit him down. What's the? If he doesn't, you're getting more minutes out of him because he's right now. He's playing like one of your best players.
I say you just let him foul out in the first half and
give me 30.
Know why?
If he gives me 30 in the first half,
he plays 18 points and puts up 25 points in the first half.
Yeah,
you should have a good
he can
lead.
Foul out all he wants to. Yeah, I mean, you get those guys in double figures, foul out. Let's go, all good. But yeah, they have to. They have to play better against Texas. They have to beat Texas. It's every game continues to be kind of the must-win type of. You feel like, well, look, if you would have beaten Arkansas, you were in. Like you were locked in. You wouldn't have had all these other things. And Arkansas gave you a chance. Their best guy, who averaged like 22 points a game, had like 2 at half. And we were still down 9, and so they gave you. Then you got within 4, and you let them run away with it again.
13 straight field goals for Arkansas.
Yeah, and they just couldn't. Then their guy got hot, and he was drawing fouls, and we weren't making shots, and that's what happens. Arkansas gave you a chance to hang around and make that a real game towards the end, and it didn't happen. So pretty much everything's a must-win all the way out. Not the SEC tournament. We know that doesn't matter, but these last games, they need to be winning them.
I thought if they won 2 out of the last 3, 2 out of the last 4, they were in. And seeing where they are now on the line,
I still think
third, not even the first team on the last 4 buys. And
they're. I still think you went.
No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Sorry,
they're still the play-in game. So it's
you know what though? Yeah,
they're not first 4 out. If
they win 2 of their next 3, the worst case scenario wouldn't it be they'd slip 3 more back and be the third team on last 4 in it, but it's still in, right?
Yeah, still in.
Am I thinking right?
Yes, it's still in. It's
Dayton.
Well, with the play-in games now, there's like last 4 buys, last 4 in, last 4 out. There's a bunch of them. So yeah.
But even if they end up being the third team, last 4 in is in.
Yeah, it's in. Yeah, I still 2 or 3 get you in. 2 or 3 get you in. Lose.
I'm still going to stick.
Lose
with that.
2 of 3, and man, you're sweating. You're sweating bullets, man.
No.
You're sweating bullets.
No.
I know. I don't want to. Look, I don't want to have it either. But and it's frustrating because you watch the game, you get a little frustrated. Then you remember this is not supposed to. This wasn't even supposed to happen this year. Nobody had any expectations that they would make the NCAA tournament coming into the season. But now that you got that taste and it's a possibility, everybody's going to be really upset if they don't, and which won't be fair. But still, it's been a fun season. But they got to finish.
My version of this is just slightly different in that I wouldn't be upset. I'd be heartbroken. I'd be heartbroken for the players. I'd be heartbroken for Bucky. I'd be heartbroken for me as a fan because to have it snatched away at the end, because they got off to a 7-1 start.
Yeah.
They've been on the trajectory for the tournament the entire SEC season. To have it snatched away
at the end
in a week,
yeah.
At the end is cruel.
Well, it wasn't just a week. It was the 4 straight losses. That it hasn't been 1 week. It's been a combination of about.
At the end, they were still
weeks.
In. At the end,
they
never left.
They're still in right now.
The field, right? That's why I say the end. See,
so take care of business tomorrow,
please.
Take care of business, and I think if you can handle that, then they'll be in good shape.
Beat the LSU. And I just don't like LSU. So, and it's 2 teams I'd want to beat even if they were going nowhere.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's extra juicy.
Yeah, it'll be interesting Saturday tomorrow.
3:00.
Is that what time it is? I was going to ask, is it 3 or 6? Hard to keep up with the basketball schedule.
Man, basketball plays at the odds.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I wait for. I'll check Twitter when I see a starting lineup come out. I know we're getting close. And so it's
Texas 3:00, which, by the way, that means 2:30 pregame, 3:00. You can listen on our partner station, News Talk 1620, 94.5 WTAW, and of course you can listen at RadioAggieland.com. Yeah, and here's something to think about. On the Lenardi bracketology, I kept mentioning A&M's 3 on the last 4 buys. Guess who's 4?
Who? Texas?
Yeah.
So they got a lot to play for too.
And guess who's 2? Missouri. Guess who's 1? Georgia.
Yeah.
The whole
it was all SEC teams, wasn't it? Yeah, I did see that the other night.
The whole last 4 buys. Oh, guess who's the first team on last 4 in?
Who?
Auburn.
Yeah.
5 straight, covering pretty much 5 out of 8 bubble slots are SEC.
Yeah.
SEC leads with 11 in. But 5 are bubbly, which means every game, because remember something, the whole thing about net and moving, it's not just what you do, it's
what everybody else does too.
It's dominoing, and oh man, I all 4 of the last 4 buys are SEC with Georgia on the 1 line, Mizzou at 2, and you beat Georgia, lost to Mizzou, A&M's the 3, and Texas is 4, and these 2 teams play. Ooh, tomorrow, I think I'm going to be sick. 979-693-1150 is 2-1 this weekend. Aggie Baseball Globe Life. Just take that and move on.
Yeah, absolutely. You just don't. Yeah, I mean, look, they've got some. What is TCU, Arizona State?
No, Vatech,
UCLA, Arizona State. I don't know why I said TCU, but yes,
because you think in Arlington.
Yeah, UCLA. You obviously that's going to be a tough game, even though I think they dropped a midweek this week, so they're not unbeatable type of deal. But yeah, 2-1, you move on. You're good.
Well, UCLA, this is the first time they're not playing at home, first time they're leaving the state, first time everything, and coming off of a loss. It'll be, and they're playing 3 SEC teams all ranked. Their schedule is brutal because what is it? Tennessee, A&M, Mississippi State. Is there 3 games? UCLA, they're coming to play, man. Yeah. They're going to test themselves.
yeah. I mean, look.
And then Arizona State, who A&M plays Sunday, had their first loss of the year because they stopped on the way here and played a single game Tuesday in Norman, number 13, Oklahoma, the Sooners.
Yeah.
Beat them Tuesday, lost them Wednesday.
Yeah. And I think Wednesday they had them, and I forget how it happened. But yeah, so which is crazy. You do that right before a tournament with your arms and having to, play 2 games during the midweek right before a 3-game tournament. So interesting. interesting
It's
strategy.
almost did they talk to the
Bolts.
Sooners and go, you throw your 4-5, we throw our 4-5, and see how it falls.
Let's see how it falls out. Yeah, let's not burn our arms here before we, because I'm assuming OU probably, has a series or does have a series or a tournament too this weekend. So, but yeah, that and you'd like to see a couple of guys get back in the lineup this weekend. I don't know if we'll see Hakopian,
Jordan,
Jordan, and who else was hurt? Oh, Sorrell came back. He's already back.
He came back.
He came back with a bang. Yeah, he came back with a bang. So
he had a 452 footer.
Yeah, something like that.
Or was it 2.5? Did I have my numbers reversed?
No, it was dead center over the batter's eye. So it was 450 plus. And
he buried one,
and then a grand slam that he got all of that one too. So
5 home runs now. And that's what 2 games missed.
He's only played 8 games, I think, 7 games, something like that.
2 games missed. Something
it's
like
about
that.
what he did last year after he came back from injury and hit 12 home runs in however many games or whatever ridiculous number it is. He's just got to cut down on the strikeouts a little bit. I guess the 2 games before, had an 0 for 5 in there with a couple of Ks, but when he has that nice easy swing, then he launches balls.
It's like if he's healthy, he projects to be an All-American, maybe the player of the year. Player of the year.
Yeah.
He projects.
First round draft pick. Yeah, the tools that he has and he's good. I wish he'd stop stealing bases though. No more stealing for Sorrell.
So
most of it, because he's been thrown out every time he's tried to steal, and he got hurt. Got stepped on. So
at some point, do you think it's a permanent red light?
No, I don't think so. Pennington likes to he likes to put guys in motion. That's his thing, and I don't think we'll see it stop.
But if your steal percentage is sub 10%, and you've been injured 2 of 2 steal attempts,
situationally is when you see it happening. Every time he's gone, have agreed with it just based off the situation and what you were trying to do. Number of outs, the count. And so it hasn't been. I don't think he has a green light, and he's just taken off. I think situationally they're just trying to make some things happen, and it hadn't worked out those 2 times.
When we return, got to wrap it up. When we return, the ticket booth will open thanks to Dixie Tire Company. This is the Louie Bellina Show presented by CC Electric on The Zone.
Scott Clinton and All Willie Wednesdays, a sports talk tradition. Wednesday afternoons at 4:30 on The Zone, 11:50 a.m. And Willie's favorite station, 93.7 FM.
Brice, I wish we had more time to talk about this, but man, I had to talk to you about this. Small arms, dinosaur arms, rushing quarterbacks.
Yeah, I mean, Bain, you're talking about Reuben Bain and Cassius Howell. Like, look, just turn on the tape. Like, I get it. I mean, there was a lot of stuff about Will Campbell last year with the same stuff, and now he got worked pretty good in the Super Bowl, but we found out it was because of a major injury. But yeah, I mean, look, short arms, long arms. I get you're looking for prototypical, but sometimes guys are just they especially Bain. We've seen personally with that, both those guys, we've seen personally what they can do, and those guys are NFL pass rushers.
It's interesting. There was a stat, one of the ESPN draft experts, but no NFL edge rusher with sub 31
has ever gone in the first round.
No.
Oh.
Has had 10 or more sacks since 1999.
No, really? I hadn't seen that stat. I noticed that they'd never gotten drafted in the first round, but yeah. So, I mean, there's always a first time for everything, I guess.
I don't know. The way the NFL game has changed, I don't know. I'm going to talk to maybe some like Dave Bartu.
Yeah,
because
analytics are such a huge part of it, right?
They need to be upgraded maybe because, we have NFL running quarterbacks now. Yeah. Maybe it's more important. These 2 stats are now more important than ever because quarterbacks don't sit in the pocket anymore either.
I don't know.
Maybe so that your arm reach to get. I just kind of wonder.
I just know the production they've had in college, and it would be good enough for me.
If you run past people, you run through people. Yes or no?
If you run past people,
you run through people.
Yeah.
So the way these faster and the way they're playing these edge that are stand-ups.
Bigger, faster, stronger.
Yeah. That's actually what modern athletes are. And I'm not claiming to be an expert in this area, to be fair, but I don't know. And the game has changed. So I don't know about comparing what you needed at edge in 2000, 2010, 2020, and 2026. I don't know if that stands up still.
Yeah. No,
that's kind of what's stuck in my head.
We'll see on draft day if they fall, right?
Well,
we'll see if they still hold it, if it's still that important to them.
Here's what made me laugh. So one of the ESPN guys I believe in, I think is actually good still, said, blah, blah, no one since, drafted, no one since, 10 seconds. And they're both going to go in the first round. that was the last sentence. Like, what are we talking about, right?
Well, it's the combine. They got to have it's a talking point. They got to have something to talk about.
Dude, go be awesome.
All right, man.
I'll see you next Friday. Peace. I'm out of here. Have an amazing weekend. I'm back Monday at 11. This has been the Louie Bellina Show.